Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Not that I wish to imply you have been sleeping on the job. No one is more deserving of a rest, and all the effort in the world would have gone to waste until... well, let's just say your hour has come again. The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. So wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes.
Superliminal was released on November 5th, 2020. It's a puzzle game where your perception is reality. The graphics are very pretty, if a bit simple, and the occasional model doesn't seem to have enough texture resolution to be blown up as big as they can go, but I do feel the simplicity may be on purpose, so as to not wake you from the dream. The music follows the same kind of simplicity rule, with inoffensive waiting room/elevator music playing throughout the levels. However, whenever you enter a back room, which you will do often, the game becomes dead silent as soon as you walk through the doorway, setting up an eerie feeling like you're not supposed to be there. The rest of the sound design is quite pleasant and well mixed, with the objects you make larger giving a satisfying bonk when they hit the ground. Making objects larger and smaller is the introduction to the gameplay, but it's not the only thing the game has to offer for its puzzles. Though every puzzle is solved through getting the right perspective, the way you manipulate objects in your reality varies from puzzle to puzzle. Whether you're making a cheese wedge the size of a building to climb a ramp and please Shia Gorath, or you're duplicating an object to fit your perspective, the game changes it up often enough to keep you not knowing what's going to happen next. In fact, that's Superliminal's whole shtick. The game is based on a dream, which lets the devs go buck wild with freedom. While you mentally build the rules of the game in your head, moments later the devs will pull the rug out from under you and point to the sign of the only rule they state. Perception is reality. I won't go into detail for every little trick they pull, because that's part of the experience the game gives you. But the game is pretty regularly changing things around you. Superliminal even goes as far as to have a nightmare section of the game that puts me on edge. But don't worry, there aren't any jump scares, and frankly, the game just tricks you more than anything. The best part of the tricks is that you always walk right into them. The only time the game takes control away from you is to help you line up to the right perspective, and that only moves you an inch or so. Some of the tricks are so good I can't even tell if they're just optical illusions or if it's actually the game changing to mess with me. Superliminal also has plenty of comedy at the base of it. I wouldn't put it on the level of Portal, but it has some solid humor. Actually, Superliminal seems to convey quite a bit of emotion through its use of music, gameplay, and narration, even without much of a story to it. The game sets up a deeper meaning to itself, with it spelling out some of the problems just need a change of perspective. The game does have its problems though. For starters, the game is very short, only about 2 hours long from beginning to end. However, there is the challenge mode where you play through the levels once again with limited actions. There are also some multiplayer options such as co-op and some battle royale mode, however, but I'm not sure if these work well or don't work since I can't be more than one person. Or at the very least, it's hard to be these days. Overall, Superliminal is a pretty straightforward puzzle game that took one idea to the extreme and did it quite well. My main issues with the game surround its price to performance. But such a short game, and most of the content being reframing the base 2-hour experience, I find it hard to recommend. The game is a bit artsy, with puzzles all about breaking the expectations of reality. I enjoy what is here, and the challenges will certainly make the puzzles a bit more difficult, but it's just not much content. If you don't mind the lack of content and the idea interests you, throw some money at it. See for yourself. You won't be disappointed by what's here. You'll be disappointed by what's not.
This is a dream. You did not wake up. Please complete the remaining orientation activities.